With the boys in the band, anyone want to play with me? We'll just jam. Named Otis. He was a preacher, but he also was a wrangler. And one day, I have no idea what I'm going to say. And one day, a bad man came to town. And he was stealing cattle, and he was robbing banks. And Otis was not going to have it anymore. Marshall was the bad guy. And he said, I'm not afraid of this Bible-toting guy. So, in the middle of the square at noon, there was a showdown. Big Bad Dick had active leather chaps. No, that's a different story. He had some fancy chaps and leather from fancy New York City, and he was dressed in all his fine leather, at the time Gucci, whatever it was, leather. And Otis was in his humble preaching suit. And he said to the bad guy,